Hi everyone, this is Nick here, and this is my review of the anime series Shimoneta, A Boring World Where the Concept of Dirty Jokes Doesn't Exist. It was a series that ran from July 4th, 2015 until September 19th, 2015. And it's based off a manga series, and the manga series ran from March 28th, 2014 to March 5th, 2016, and it has 4 volumes, so it's a really short. It's a short series either way. Now, I'll read the premise here I have. Let's see. In the dystopian future of 2030, the Japanese government is cracking down on any perceived immoral activity, from using risque language to distributing lewd materials in the country, to the point where all citizens are forced to wear high-tech devices called peacemakers, PM, at all times, that analyze every spoken word and hand motions for any action that could break the law. A new high school student named Tanukichi Akuma enters the country's leading, air quote, public moral school, is what it says here, to reunite with his crush and student council president Nishi Kanamiya, I think. Anyway, Tanukichi quickly finds himself entwined with the perverted terrorist Blue Snow, Tundra's Blue, in some translations, where she captures and forces him to join her organization, SOX, in creating and spreading pornographic materials across the city as a form of protest against the regulations. And the characters here are Tanukichi, the main protagonist. He's basically kind of an everyman. He kind of wanted, his thing was he wanted to become, really pure and all, and not be involved, of any lewd stuff. That was his initial dream. That kind of ends up being foiled, but ended up being a good thing for him. And then you have Aime, the leader of Blue Snow, or SOX, also called Blue Snow. She kind of leads a double life. Usually she's the leader of SOX. She's going around trying to get people, kind of get rid of this whole sanitized version of Japan where nobody could actually make dirty jokes or satisfy Mr. Happy, jack off. They can't make any lewd gestures. Basically they can't have any fun, basically. They're not allowed to have, fun, adult fun. And then she's also, she's really good at acting, so she's also able to be in the public decency squad. They try to stop all this stuff, so she kind of leads a double life. And there's Anna, the girl that Tanukichi has a crush on. She is also in the decency squad, and oddly enough, even though she's trying to stamp out adult fun, she engages in herself, like with Tanukichi. Like, she keeps trying to steal his underwear, and she puts her love nectar, which is basically her her cum, into like some cookies, and drops cum on his face. It's hilarious. She keeps trying to get into his pants, basically. She wants to make love with him badly. You find out in the show why she's allowed to do it, so I won't spoil it. It's not a long series, so you could probably get through it you may even get through it in the afternoon if you just watch it non-stop, or in a couple days. It's possible. And then you have Anime Sadame. It's basically this little girl. She is able to use her mouth. They can't use hands to do, like, even if it's lewd pictures. They can't use it. These PM collars they have on their necks will alert the authorities about it. So she's able to use her mouth. She puts a pen in her mouth. I'll get a pen real quick. I'll just get one of my random pens. Here. She'll take I have a pen here. It's not like the pen she uses. Just puts her pen in her mouth like this. And she's got all these pictures like that, and she's getting all she's getting all giddy about it. Like, she really enjoys drawing these dirty pictures. basically she draws like these materials, like they have these master copies of like porn magazines, but they can't circulate them because for the most part, every time they're discovered, they get burned by the decency squad. They get destroyed, so they use Automate to make these copies of it, and she does a really good job at it. So they use that, to spread to these students, to get them out of this brainwashed mode that they've been put in. They don't know how, like, they don't even know the concept. Like when someone talks about a certain thing, they don't know what it means. Like Anna, for example, doesn't know. She thinks it's love next. She doesn't know it's actually cum. She's not aware of that. That when she secretes her fluids, she doesn't know what that is because of this ridiculous decency campaign. And then you have Hiyoko Fuya, another main character. She's, well, actually not really main, but she's one of the recurring minor characters. She's like a scientist, and she's like one of those characters that has dark circles under her eyes all the time. Like on like Twin Star Exorcist, they have Saigon. He always has permanent dark circles, and one of those type of characters. Basically, this is a scientist on the show, and let's see. Then you have Reiki Guriki. Let's see. Oh yeah, another one. He is a treasurer of the school council with posture and demeanor similar to that of a gorilla, though he hates bananas. He's kind of the big bulky guy. Let's see. Let me look here. Kosari Onagashira. She is daughter of Kaisuke. A fangirl Sox who carries multiple weapons such as air guns and electric stuns with her, and uses tactics she learns from romantic and soja manga to manipulate people and her allies. I am a lesser joined because, like, when she faces a certain way, like she turns a certain way, her head looks like a penis, a Johnson tip. And the funny thing, visual gag is her hair will be like when she gets excited, it looks like a erect penis, and then like if she gets miserable or something, something really puts her in a mood, she gets like looks like a flaccid Johnson. It's funny. Those are all of them. They have other characters. I'm not going to list all of them. It's kind of going a bit long here, but those are the overall characters. I mean, the show has a funny cast of characters, colorful cast. I don't know if it's a deep show. I mean, it doesn't go very long. It's just a good comedy, and it has kind of an interesting take on what would happen if if a whole city was made clean, basically. Basically when nobody's able to have any fun. Adult fun, I mean. What it would be like if that happened. These radicals are trying to stop or trying to get rid of it, all these different means. Yeah, and then you have the other rival squad, they're called Gathered Fabric. They're a bit more extreme in their methods, rather than Gathered Socks, who tries to go about it more in a way it's not so extreme, like passing out these pictures and all. Gathered Fabric goes out and they held up some buses and they're trying to steal these people's underpants by force. They're carrying these weapons, and I'm not going to spoil anything because you'll find on the episode. They held up people at gunpoint in the bus to get their boxers and briefs, panties. They're more extreme, and they're the rival faction of radicals. They're trying to end this decency thing in dystopian Japan. So anyway, show has a lot of mature humor. It's like dick and masturbation jokes, and it's a show it's not for kids. It's certainly an adult show. It's if you like adult humor, then you'll certainly love Shimoneta. Like even the pictures of the show, the stills. You'll see in the thumbnail they wear like Socks wears panties over their head and to conceal their identity. So it has stuff like that, and it's fun. I mean, if you're an adult, you probably like it, especially if you love adult humor. It has action scenes too. It's not really the main focus, but JC Staff does the animation for the show. They do a pretty good job. I mean, they're not my favorite. I mean, I like other ones better. Like if you see my videos, A1, Ufotable, Bones, Mappa. I mean, there are ones I like a lot more, but I think they do a pretty good job. I mean, I guess they can't all be one of the top tier ones. I mean, they set the bar so high with like with A1 Cloverworks, they can't all keep up. And I mean, they do a pretty good job considering they aren't those guys. I mean, they're still pretty good, just not as good. You know, other shows they've done are Food Wars, which I've seen some of. Also has adult humor in it. I'm still working on that one. I don't know if I'm gonna do that one for the long run. I think I'll just watch it weekly. I mean, it's a good show. I just don't know if it's worth getting in all the episodes for it. And then they do Eden Zero, name another one. Toradora, another great one. Both great. I'll have to review those eventually. I've seen Toradora all the way. I'll have to see it again eventually before I review it again. Or before I review it. I'm watching Eden Zero. That one's pretty good. It's unfortunately not as many people watch that one like a fairy tale. They just see it and they think it's basically... I think a lot of it, they just see it at face value and they think it's just fairy tale. It's really not. I mean, it does have... I'm not going to say it's perfect. It does have some... I think one of the major flaws is, you know, Hiramashima just reuses his designs and it gets confusing. Like, they just reuse a lot of designs. Like, they use Ellie. Ellie was basically the first Lucy and Rebecca character. They've reused her overall design several times. Basically, a lot of male protagonists, they look the same. Like, well, anyway, I'm not going to continue on that. I'm going to a separate point, but I got sidetracked. But anyway, back to Shimoneta. It's yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a fun ride. You know, it's probably worth watching at least once. I mean, you might, I don't know. I feel you might want to watch it again. I might see it again eventually. I mean, it's not very long. It's not a hard rewatch. You know, I might watch it myself like late at night when I'm tired and I just want to see something I've seen. Like I'm doing Blue Exorcist, which I'm going to review eventually. It's a great one too. It's a more deep one, but my only real problem with Shimoneta, and this is a spoiler, so you might want to go ahead a bit if you don't want to know the ending, but the main issue I have with the show is that it's not actually completed. They did one season, but they're supposed to do another one. They leave at the end. It's a bit ambiguous. They were supposed to do their season, but I mean, it's been so many years now. One that the actress who played Anna died, so I don't know if they're going to continue it. So you might just want to read the rest of it in the manga. It's not very long. It's like 4 volumes, so that's what I've heard anyway. Maybe it did actually end, but I heard somewhere that it's not completely ended. I mean, it ends fine enough, but I would have liked to see it more complete. You know, they just kind of set it up like they're going to finish it. That is my only real complaint about the show. They never finished it, and they probably never will, so I might eventually get the manga. It's not much. I could probably just get it and, you know, finish it that way. It's 4 volumes. Anyway, I'm going to start wrapping up my video here, so yeah, if you like adult humor and, you know, colorful characters, pretty good action in it, if you like that, great animation. I mean, you can't go wrong with Shimoneta. It's not long, and you know, if you want to finish it, I would get the manga. It's not a long thing. You could probably just get it in 4 volumes. I mean, you can't. It's not going to be that much money in, you know, storing too many mangas. And again, it's an adult series, so it's definitely not for kids. I wouldn't say it's a kids show, that's for sure. Anyway, I give it about like an 8 out of 10. I think I would have given it more. It seemed like they were going to end it really well next season, but I don't think it's happening. It ended in 2018, and Anna's voice actor died, so I don't think they're ever going to... I mean, they might finish it. There's a chance. But, I mean, the chance doesn't seem very high, so... Anyway. So I hope you enjoyed my video and my thoughts on it, and, you know, leave a like and subscribe, please, if you could. And check out my other videos. I'll be doing some other reviews soon. Namely Demon Slayer. I'm going to review that one. Another fantastic show. Blue Exorcist. Still rewatching it. I'm almost at Kyoto Saga. I'm going to go through it again. It's even better the second time. It's, you know, after seeing it once, it's, you know, easier to take in again. And other ones, but those are the main ones on my list coming up. On the horizon for me to review. So Also, check out my live streams, and I post videos from games like SAO, sort of online hollow realization, checking out lady cakes at the market, thinking of adult subjects, checking out those cakes at the market, and then other ones I post various types of videos, mostly like kind of the funny scenes in the games. I think would make great videos, and I don't think I have to check. I don't remember if I post any of these sexy scenes. In the game they have like something called Pillow Talk. I haven't gotten to it yet. Can't wait to do that. So anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again soon.